Hello, friendos! Welcome back to ESA Summer 21. We're raising money for Save the Children. You can donate. You can find the link to donate below the stream or in chat by pushing !donate. Also, like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Twitch and ViewSonic, for sponsoring this event. And friends, I have the honor to introduce to you a very cool run, which is Katana 0. You're gonna see the Psychotherapy category, which all of you have, or some of you have graciously donated for to meet this special incentive, so we can see the secret final boss of the game. And yeah, but enough of me. I'm giving it over to Logz, and yeah, show us how to speedrun this game.
Hello, I'm Logz, and I speedrun Katana 0. And I also have my commentator, KM Keaton, with me.
Hello.
Yeah, let's just get started now. Time is going to start when we deflect this first bullet. I'll let you know when that happens. So right about now. And so the first thing you're going to notice when we first start the run is that we're going to be doing a lot of rolls. That's because it is the main way of moving around.
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
Rolling is going to be really essential for most of our run, and funnily enough, it actually changed in this game's history from the original version of rollings into a different version that we do now. Also, for the other donation incentive, Logz is going to pet the cat, which we just saw right there. Thank you all to all the donators for that.
For these first few rooms, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, factory is one of the pretty basic levels that we all start out with, and it's been interesting to see a lot of the runners really push down this time. Logz is one of the IL pushers for this level, and has actually pushed this extremely far down with extremely good setups, followed by the introduction of crouch rolling, which was the other form of rolling, which helps speed up that level a bit.
Saves about 2 frames every roll. So, a lot of time throughout the run.
Probably one of the biggest time savers that we've seen in Katana 0's history was the introduction of the crouch rolling. Because those 2 frames, considering we're mashing out rolls in every available spot towards the run, it really helps push down those seconds.
I think my camera just went out. I'm trying to check. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Sorry.
Continuing on, Hotel is the second level that we have in this run, and is pretty basic. A lot of the movement is just going to be followed as such, with a lot of the minor enemies, followed by lots of crouch rolling. Logz is going to do a throw over there to kill the enemy all the way at the end of the room. We kill that guy with the bus so that we can get through this portion without having to go interact with them at all. Ironically enough, that's actually one of the achievements that you get in the game, is killing him with an object before even seeing him. So here Logz is going to be going over these guards, just jumping right over their vision. There are many different versions of the strap, but the current one being used is Brody Buoy, one that was made by a player in the community named Brody. We've seen tons of different versions of that level be done over the years, and it's progressed greatly from what it originally used to be. Club is probably one of the first levels that we have that shows some of its difficulty of this game. We aren't really a game of tons of difficulty in terms of tricks or like unique or cool glitches. Basically, the difficulty of this game comes from really precise timings and very, very good movement and focusing on your rolls. There are little minor things everywhere that can lead up to a big change in what time you get from when you first started out and to when you're at the level of like someone like Logz. Here we have a thing called the super bottle throw, where he's going to delay going down, throw a bottle, and then jump down, so he kills the guard that's going to spawn right at the door that we started in that room. Next we have literally crouch rolling the level.
It's gonna be this for a few levels. Or for a few rooms, I should say. And, you can probably, explain, Doom Skip if you want to here. Oh, we're just going through this.
So, here, in the next level that we're going to be going to after this one, there's going to be a special section known as, what is it, the Path of Doom, right?
I believe it's Chapel of Doom.
Yeah, there we go, the Chapel of Doom. And it's going to be the section that used to be, it plays out like an auto-scroller. And beforehand, there's this one section where you have to wait for this card. We have to open up this lever so that we can wait for it to come all the way up so that we can make a singular jump. And for a long time, the community have been looking for a thing called Doom Skip to see if there was a way to get past that without needing to wait for this card. It would save us around... We knew it would be up over 10 seconds, and in the end, we found out it's going to be around 14 to 15 seconds. It was recently found in the last couple of, it was like, what, the last couple of months when we actually got this? Ironically, after we had talked with the creator and asked him, he joked and said, what do we want to see? And we all told him Doom Skip, and right after the community found it.
Big shoutouts to Dum Dum for finding it.
Yeah, Dum Dum, it was quite crazy to see just how the chain of events that led up to that one. The rest of Studio has pretty much stayed what it was since the beginning. Studio has kind of... This level has pretty much stayed very, very stagnant for a long time. There haven't been too many things that have been found for improvements. Many of these kills that you're going to be seeing Logz go through and doing in each of these rooms are really precise swings to get ult reflects, double kills, or reflect into a kill. Things like that, which are scattered throughout the run, which we just saw in that last room a ton of. And finally, we're about to go over to the Chapel of Doom. Back then, too, we used to have a whole debate where people would pick sides on which route you should take in terms of the elevator levels, and we found out the one that Logz just did is the fastest, having Doom be at the tail end, the last one that we do.
There's about a second total, so not too much, but it's definitely worth it.
Free time save for just a little bit of menuing. And this is the notorious level. Originally this was known as Swag Lasers, but now it is required for Doom Skip. So it's going to involve waiting out this guard a good amount, and just barely having that time, spacing on the time, using the bullets to be able to hover just above there and wait till your slash resets so that you can pretty much get up there with the momentum from the slash. Amazing job to Logz for that. That was incredible. That's a really hard trick. It's hard to say how the difficulty level of it, but it takes a long time to get it even once, and to get it consistently is pretty incredible. V over here in the casual playthrough, typically you end up getting completely whooped by him. He is a pretty difficult fight when you first get in here, and then, you know, the speedrun takes it as like...
Nope.
It's pretty simple.
Mess it up there, but we're fine. We got there.
Yeah, we're through it. There wasn't a death there, that's all that's good. Next level is Mansion. So just like the last one, these last two levels are some of the longest that we have in there, because they're kind of multi-segmented. That last one had 3 levels pretty much chunked into, or 3 mini levels chunked into it, and then the final fight. This one's kind of got its own level, its own fight, and then its own extra section, which is really unique.
In a few rooms we'll be seeing a trick known as replay skip if you want to explain that.
Replay skip is going to be something that was found in the community where if you mash a bunch during this one part, after getting these kills, in this game it's meant to be shown like a cassette tape, like it plays out like a cassette tape. And this room, in this exact room, it's forced for you to kind of watch so that it will change what happens. But we found if you mash really hard and really fast,
There we go.
you'll just skip it like that. Then we get taken straight into the kissy face fight.
Small death there. Shouldn't lose more than like 2 seconds there max.
A lot of the deaths in this game tend to vary in how much time they will lose. Some rooms you can take deaths that only cost can almost cost less than a second, depending on how fast the room is. So a lot of times, even extremely good runs can have just a few up there.
And here we are going into Bodo. So if you want to
Yep, great
read up
spot
some
for
donations. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. We got a very special donation here from Mr. Eugene Krabs with $25 saying, ESA is my favorite speedrunning event. Great selection of games and runners so far. Well done to everyone involved for another awesome marathon. Greetings from Bikini Bottom. I like money for the kids. And Mr. Krabs' $25 go towards naming the creature in Spore Eugene Krabs. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. So thanks a lot, Mr. Krabs, for those $25. And yeah, guys, keep those donations coming. They're all going for to great cause. Save the children. 100% of all donations go directly towards Save the Children. And we have raised over 30,000 so far. And it's, Wednesday just started here in Europe. So we still have like 5 days, amazing days ahead of us with awesome runs. So yeah, keep it up, everybody. And yeah, back to the run.
Alright, so we're in helicopter right now, which is just another boss fight. It's definitely one of the harder ones. There's not much you can do to speed it up.
We're pretty much locked into an auto-scroller in a lot of these fights here. As you just saw there, those missiles, they'll get placed in RNG locations based on where you are, and it can be quite frustrating because they can almost lead up to you having pretty much nowhere to go, and if you take a death in that fight, it is probably one of the worst time losses you can get in a death. Over here, we're going to be seeing China, where these new enemies, the shield guys, they'll try and block your attack, but if you're really precise about it, you're able to just roll into them and slash, and you'll be able to instantly kill them. That leads up to a lot of the advanced strats that we're going to be seeing in China. Chinatown and the rest of the game is going to be very fast-paced. We're going to see strats that go extremely quick, taking out all of the enemies and making it seem like we're flying through all the stages. Ooh, nice. Reflects the smoke onto the robot and then kills the person. A lot of this level is exploiting enemies needing to run to get to you and to do other things, and to be able to get close. Using items to throw as they run.
That's unfortunate. That was an unfortunate Chinatown, but we should be able to recover from that.
Yeah, those couple deaths there, it's a little rough, but it should be pretty fine still. Going through, we have Dragon Tape. This is a very fast-paced level out here. We get to play as the character, I'm trying to think, 15, and he's got a special ability known as the Dragon Dash in here, which is extremely fun to use, just using your right click to be able to dash through all the enemies. A couple of mishaps here, but very good recoveries off of them. Here we have a very hard strat known as Advanced Dragon 4. A lot of this level is just exploiting his Dragon Dash to kill all the enemies as quickly as you can, and Logz is already out of there. Very good job. Next we have Slaughterhouse, also known where runs go to be slaughtered, pretty much. We're going to be killing this enemy backwards so that he doesn't end up hitting a camera there and roll through, so that we don't have to go through a bunch of story segment, because we're speedrunners. We don't need story. We know what's going on. A lot of Slaughterhouse has always been one of the difficult areas for the run, with a lot of advanced strats that come with high risk or high reward and need lots of skill to perform. This room especially is one of the hardest ones that you can see out here. It's pretty much gathering a lot of the enemies, getting a lot of their attention, and then blowing them all up and slashing the ones at the end there. He leaves a remote detonator in the back to catch any enemies that were out back running towards him to blow them up right at the end. We have a conveyor belt room where you have to kill all the enemies while using the conveyor belt to get through and make slashes. Amazing job on that last room. Now, as we see, he's just going to be rolling through these final sections of the game without much of a difficulty. He's got to kind of avoid these cameras so he doesn't get caught by any story segments and these doors don't close on him. But other than that, that was a very clean Slaughterhouse, and that's wrapped up. Good job.
We're going into the final segments of the game here. Bunker and Bunker 2. This one's going to be very different because of the elevator here. So.
Bunker 1 plays out very, very quickly in terms of how fast you can go and how fast your deaths can be. This is the area where your deaths can literally be minuscule in rooms like these. Basically, really, really small clusters of a level, and then you're thrown into the elevator. Every time you die, you just go back to the elevator. Logz is doing an amazing job of not having to go back to the elevator. Many of these rooms all of these rooms pretty much have their own strats. This one's go down, throw the smoke, gather all the enemies, and then take them out at the end.
This one is just an empty room here, so we just crouch roll through here. The next two rooms are going to be definitely the most difficult out of all the rest of the rooms here.
These next ones, they have, in the community's history, we have literally recorded tons of different versions of doing this strat. And a lot of them are very, very similar. Great execution there. Some people like to go to the top, some people like to go to the bottom, but all of them end up being, that room is very difficult. This room being probably the second most difficult in the level. And great job. This room involves a ton of kill reflects, where you're going to be killing someone and reflecting a bullet in the same slash, and then getting throws off on those shotgunners. Great job on that level. Going through here, we're going to be throwing this gun here, which we had a gun in this game, and we just throw it at that shield guy as he runs forward to get us. This room ends up having a good amount of RNG involved with it, with that shotgun shots. You can get really unlucky with how those shots go and get caught by them. Great execution after gathering all those enemies, and we are out of the final level there. It's time to head into our boss fight, which plays out pretty much like another auto-scroller. It's 3 hits and then Headhunter is done. Got some enemies that you have to kill in these these little intermission sections, and then we move on to the second phase. Funnily enough, it's really cool if you can actually die to those bombs there, but your roll has iframes, so we're able to just roll straight through that little explosion in the transition there. And catch her in her final move, throw. And that's going to be not the last boss fight. The last boss fight in our any percent, pretty much, or all stages. But since you guys, thank you to everyone who donated for the goal of the Psychotherapy run, we're going to have one last boss fight, which pretty much everyone paid for us to get a bunch of RNG in the run. This fight ends up being extremely cool with some of the best music in the game, but unfortunately has a lot of RNG that gets involved with it. In the normal game, you have to do a bunch of specific stuff in order to get this boss fight, to get the special ending. But here in the speedrunner mode, we luckily have an option to just have it attached to the end of the run to add on to it.
I would like to mention that this is technically world record pace for this category, so...
Oh, wow. We're seeing this beginning section here has, with these hands, they can do some really frustrating patterns and come at some really frustrating speeds. And you have some delay after your slashes, so you have to really space them out well. We're transitioning into this next phase. It's going to be complete spawns of these eyes, where you're going to have to mess around with camera and everything getting flipped around. Pretty weird. It's going to look a little wonky here. Now it's we're pretty much like meshed around. It almost looks like we're playing backwards. Now we are playing upside down. And then we go into this. Whatever nightmare that is. And on to the final phase of the secret boss fight. One of the best cat jams, unfortunately, not on the album, but in this hidden boss fight. Major things in this boss fight. These little enemies are the only major threat you have. A lot of these moves are extremely easy to eye roll through or just stand in between and not have to care. Unfortunately, when those little enemies spawn, they end up shooting little electricity at you, and those are pretty much the only major threat that gets posed to you in this fight, while having to dodge the rest of the attacks being thrown at you. Luckily, Logz has done an amazing job clearing them out and not having much trouble with them. And that is going to do it, folks.
This might be the first sub-19 in this category. We'll see. We still have a little bit to go. Once I get to this door, that's when time will end. There we go.
Time.
That's world record.
An 1857. Is that actually a record?
Yeah, that is world record.
Dang. Amazing job, Logz.
Hoggers.
Yeah, thank you guys all for watching my run. I did really not expect that. I was expecting not to do that well, but I beat my I almost beat my original estimate with an additional boss added to it. So yeah, thank you Keaton for coming out and commentating for me.
Yep.
And thank you for everyone who put this on as well, of course.
Thank you to the community who's been here to see all these strats come out. We have everyone in there. Killer, the lore keeper for our community. Dum Dum for that Doom shot that we got to see today, which helped out in getting this record. And then Brody and everyone else in the community. Thank you guys so much. It's an amazing community.
Awesome. I'm just doing this now on my behalf, but where can people, like, if they want to get into this run, where would they go?
So like most other categories or other games, you can go to the speedrun.com. We have a Discord link in there that will take you to Katana Zero Speedrun Discord, where you can find the maker of the game and all of the runners there that are sitting there and will help you out to learn this game. This game is fairly cheap on Steam. It's very easy to pick up and it's very, very fun to learn. We have tons of tutorials out there to help people, and like I said, we have constant feedback in the Discord for anyone who's new or anyone who wants to pick up this game.
That is very cool. As somebody who coincidentally also actually speedruns this game, you guys in chat don't know how impressive this run just was. My PB in like the all stages game is still like 2 minutes longer than the world record, which is witnessed. So that was pretty amazing. But before we go here, we have two more donations that just came in here at the end. We got $50 by Ronan Raven saying, "Let's go Etchy," which is, I believe, the next runner. Oh wait, this is Diamond. Either way, good luck with the run. You're awesome. From Araya and Ronan. Also, can we get a P? And $10 from Heretical saying, "Go Iroh or go home," which is a reference to the Pokemon Bid War name that you guys only have a few minutes, I think, to get done. But yeah, this was Katana Zero. Again, that was an absolutely amazing run, guys. I hope you guys in chat enjoyed it. This is also the end of my hosting shift, so thanks a lot, ESA, for having me. Coming up next is my good friend Mod366. He's going to do an amazing job. And yeah, we're going to jump into a quick intermission. When we come back, we will be seeing this Pokemon Diamond run. So yeah, if you enjoy Pokemon, please don't go anywhere. And we will be right back.